those types of wins that are so beneficial to lower the costs, as the vice chair said, that people face. It's up to Republicans as to whether they want to work with us or not. 17 Republicans joined those efforts in that discharge petition. But we're going to keep showing up and coming to work, and that's what we'll continue to stress to our colleagues.
Today, the Clintons announced that they will not be following the subpoena with the House Oversight Committee. What is the caucus's reaction to the Clintons' decision, and what's the path going forward?
I don't think there's any oversight, Democrats here, but that's a decision that obviously we just saw. Republicans continue to distract from the American people. They continue to want to focus on what doesn't matter. This is the same group that said for months they didn't want to release the Epstein files and that nothing was there. And so now they want to embrace this and score political points with testimony. That's a decision for the Clintons to make. But House Democrats are focused on, one, the administration carrying out the law to release the Epstein files, no matter what they say or who they name. But scoring political points and bringing people in for testimony, that's just something that House Republicans want to do to take our eye off the ball, take the American people's eye off the ball.
On the congressional stock trading ban, obviously it's getting a markup tomorrow. I know that there are a number of members in your caucus who are very disappointed that it's not as robust as the bipartisan ones that they agreed to. However, Republicans are arguing that at least it is something. Do you have a sense on whether are you encouraging Democrats to vote for this? Is this being whipped at all? Did it come up in conference today?
Didn't come up today. This is obviously something that's coming before the House Administration Committee. We will follow the guidance and follow closely the questions that are asked in the markup from House Administration Democrats. We were serious about stamping out corruption in Congress. There are Republicans in Congress who are trading stocks on health care while they're voting to cut health care. These are things that the American people feel are shameful and awful, and everything that's wrong with this institution. And I don't know if additional disclosure is enough, but we will look at the package. We will judge it on its merits. We will look at the questions and the amendments that are offered within committee, and as a caucus at that point, we will have a discussion as to where we go. We're a little early in that process, but count me in that category that is. That wishes that it would have been a more robust package, but we'll see what emerges out of committee.
The President has just said that help is coming to Iran. How worried are you that we're about to see another military intervention without congressional oversight? And what do you say to the Iranian people who want America to intervene?
I'll ask Vice Chair and maybe Representative Crow to also chime in. The people of Iran are bravely standing up and speaking out against this brutal regime, but the president does not have the authority to go in, and this is part of this pattern. We don't know if this post is policy, but it's something that all of us are very mindful of, and we want the people of Iran to be safe. We don't want people exercising their opinions to die in the streets, but the president needs to consult with Congress on actions that involve the United States military.
I agree with Chairman Aguilar. We should absolutely support the people of Iran. They are fighting back against a brutal regime that has repressed them. It's killed them. This regime is now experiencing what happens when you're authoritarian and repressive. The people are going to rise up, and we should do everything we can. Now, if the president wants to use military force, that under our Constitution, that requires authorization from Congress. And I'm sure Congress is happy to have that debate, but you got to have that debate. You can't just use military force without congressional authorization.
Well, we completely stand with the people of Iran who are yearning for freedom and democracy. I mean, they are victims of this oppressive, violent regime. And there are many ways for us to support the Iranian people short of military action, because it's not in America's best interest to start a war with Iran. In fact, it's not even in the Iranian people's best interest for the United States to go to war with Iran. It is highly unfortunate, though, that the Trump administration and Donald Trump have spent the last year dismantling many of the tools and the agencies and the departments and the things that we have at our disposal to support the Iranian people and the people around the world who are in exactly this type of situation. Like U.S. aid, like our communications capabilities, so many of the tools, the soft power tools of the United States government that we would use to support people who are yearning for freedom and democracy have been dismantled and gutted by this administration. That said, there are still mechanisms to support short of war, and this is exactly the point why we're standing here, is we don't believe that this administration or any administration should start a war with a foreign country unless this body debates it and votes on it. That's exactly why for 20 years we spent trillions of dollars and thousands of American lives and failed in nation building, and it ended poorly, right? So support the Iranian people, do so with the tools that we have available, but military conflict would not serve the interests of the Iranian people or the American people.
Back. Yep.
Republican Study Committee released their framework for a reconciliation 2.0 bill today, and I wanted to just get your reaction to that and whether you think a reconciliation bill is something that Democrats are going to have to contend with this year heading before the midterms.
That's something for Republicans to debate and discuss. We will respond if that's the route that they go. But what we won't stand for is their continued assault on healthcare to pay for tax cuts for their billionaire cronies and friends. They cut $1 trillion of out of the healthcare budget. We said that was what was going to happen when they talked about reconciliation 10 months ago here in this room. We said they were going after Medicaid. Steve Scalise goes on the floor. He says, nowhere in this budget document does it say Medicaid is cut. We knew they were going to cut it. If that's what's going to happen, count us out. If this is just a project that Republicans want to do to make themselves look good so they can say that they're talking about health care, count us out. If this cuts costs that their billionaire friends have to pay and reduces taxes, count us out. But if they want a process that's about bipartisan solutions, we've proven time and time again, including 3 times just in the last few months, that we're willing to go through that process. Last question.
I'm going to go back to the issue as far as the ICE agents are concerned. A number of municipalities within your districts simply don't honor 48-hour ICE detainers, and ICE simply says that a lot of the chaos that's happening within the streets happen because a number of these individuals who they are going after are being simply released, and they are convicted criminals with violent convictions, and if they were simply held, they could pick them up and deport them, and then the issues that are happening in the streets would be happening. Would you agree that these detainers should be honored within the municipalities, within your districts?
Did Renee Good have a warrant? Was she an undocumented? It's my opportunity now. You asked your question. Some of the individuals that are being scooped up do not have detainers. They are not undocumented individuals. House Democrats firmly believe that violent criminals should not be on our streets. And if there are undocumented individuals who are violent criminals, they should be deported. That is our position. Now, if you're asking if we support local law enforcement being part of this Gestapo of rounding up individuals, our answer is no. Our answer is local officials should be responsible to protect their local communities. That's what local law enforcement does. I was a local mayor. Many of our colleagues come from local government. That is the responsibility of local government, is to keep people safe. The federal government's responsibility is to exercise what you're talking about, and that's the job that we take issue with in this case with ICE. They have an ability to detain and they have an ability to deport folks. It should follow a process. It should include getting warrants for individuals, judicial warrants, not fake phony ICE warrants, when they want to grab somebody. They have a process to do that, and it should be to use the courts in order to execute warrants that keep this country safe. They are choosing not to do that. They are choosing chaos in the streets. They are choosing lawlessness. That's what they are choosing. And so it's our job to provide accountability and oversight when they aren't following the law. House Democrats stand behind that. We won't apologize for that. Thank you so much.
No, I know, it's one of those days where it's like, you're like, even like with